So that's something I've been wanting to tackle for quite a while, guys, and I think we're gonna do it in this video. I just want to say that Dragon Ball pulls off some of the weirdest stunts sometimes. I mean, they give my guy Goku this elegant and majestic power that brings him to vibe with everyone's moves, and then they want to turn around and turn my dude Vegeta into this glorified punching bag, and you know what they did after that? They actually made him proud of that. Not that I disagree or anything, I mean, this is Dragon Ball, so Vegeta is gonna get beat up anyway, so he might as well get some power buffs thanks to getting his ass kicked all the time, am I right? Plus, considering at how he instantly jumped at naming this new form something Ultra, I'd say he's been battling some pretty complicated feelings when it comes to Goku's Ultra Instinct. So how did all of this happen? What presented that need for Ultra Ego, and how did Vegeta lose those eyebrows? So we start off with our warriors going to planet Cereal. The alleged strongest in the universe is there, and he used the 2 Dragon Balls to wish to become the strongest in the universe. Yeah, with just 2 Dragon Balls. I mean, normally it's just 2 on planet Cereal, but I know Shenron and the whole 7 Dragon Ball. Anyways, this is the new guy, and obviously, as you guys can see, it looks like he's still stuck in the 80s himself. Once Saiyan's dead, which you know who doesn't at this point. All of them, they're all cruel. We've heard this a million times before. Wretched creatures who work for a criminal overlord called Frieza, nanny boo. Yeah, whatever. Well, he's not wrong, I guess, but I mean, it's time to move on. Like, that was actually decades ago. Vegeta asks if he wants to talk about it and even mentions that he no longer works for Frieza, as we all know at this point, but this other guy remains unhinged. Plus, he's already strong enough to beat Vegeta into a bloody pulp himself, so why talk? The punching and the blasting goes back and forth, and right now Vegeta isn't doing too well, but I guess that's life. At one point though, Granola punches him so hard that the blue turns black. If we were still in Dragon Ball Z, this would be the part where Vegeta mentions his pride as the prince of all the Saiyans, but at least Vegeta realizes that getting punched isn't so bad after all. Because right as he gets punched in the gut so bad that he vomits blood, he feels ecstatic. This is now a happy place for him. No planets to protect, no people to save, just him getting punched around and getting that insane adrenaline rush. Well, you know what? When Vegeta starts talking about how much he enjoys getting wrecked, something inside his soul kind of vibes with him. The usual scream, but different color. Vegeta embraces pain like every member of Fight Club should, and in exchange for this power, this is the moment where he lost those eyebrows. A small price to pay for a transformation that starts with the name Ultra, and straight away he turns this into a street fight even though this planet has no streets. Just recklessly hitting and smashing Granola with everything he's got, even if the recoil hurts him as well. And if we remember the words from Beerus correctly, he says himself that power derived solely from instinct is in fact unbounded. So this will confirm that as long as he can tank the damage, Vegeta can grow infinitely stronger. Anyway, so after the roles are reversed and Vegeta gets a few decent hits in, Granola is finally ready to listen for once. So he does go on to mouth off a little bit and calls Vegeta a third-rate Saiyan runt, which is pretty mean. And normally Vegeta would have gotten all in his ear and screamed something about being the prince of all Saiyans, you know, getting all egotistical. But even though this Vegeta is quite literally oozing some kind of advanced ego boost, he seems surprisingly calm and composed. Maybe names can be a little deceiving. He says something about his planet also getting destroyed thanks to Vegeta, but that's nothing to Granola. He's become strong, and the only reason he's become so strong is to show the Saiyans and Frieza that they messed with the wrong planet. Now, I do remember Vegeta saying that damage is nothing but fuel for him, and sure enough, he matches up to Granola, but in the wake of a destruction bomb he creates, Granola awakens his Mangekyo or something in his other eye and duppies Vegeta. Vegeta then goes on to pull off this crazy transformation with purple hair and no eyebrows, but I promise you, it barely takes a chapter for things to turn back around. He really did get turned into that glorified punching bag, and also a good coach because he brought out the true crux of Granola's powers, and that's what it's all about, right? But unfortunately, this is where things begin to get rather sad. I mean, seriously, from this point on, I really feel like we were getting trolled. So we have this supreme specimen of a Saiyan, a proud prince even. A man who only ever requires help when something needs saving, but if it's just him and another warrior, he'll fight to his very death, all alone. And that is what I personally would call a legend and a true warrior, but Goku just doesn't get it, does he? Whenever Goku stops Granola from landing the finishing blow, he just kind of pisses Vegeta off. He kicks Goku instead, telling him, "No, stay back, Kakarot, this is my fight. I only ever agree to team up when something needs protecting." Goku would reply something along the lines of course something needs protecting. It's your life, Vegeta." Now, I'm not gonna lie, imagine giving your speech of the arc and then having this other Saiyan dude say that to you. Not just that, when Vegeta says that losing his life is better than teaming up with Goku, Goku intervenes again and just practically makes him and probably all of us as well fall asleep. So, of course, not only is Ultra Ego humiliated, but Vegeta himself is also humiliated as well. Seriously, nobody takes this pride stuff as aggro as he does. Goku did make the right call though. A humiliated Vegeta is better than a humiliated and dead Vegeta. So while Vegeta takes his afternoon nap, Goku fights and Goku does lose. So Vegeta has to step in again, and this time he asks Goku to leave the fight to him. This time he's obviously better, stronger, and more prepared. Things escalate quickly though, and he manages to somehow get destroyed faster this time. And at this point in the arc, it's starting to look like Ultra Ego is turning into Ultra Humility or something like that. I mean, he does tank all the attacks and he explains everything nicely. He says please to Goku and then proceeds to accept his death just because his opponent wants him dead. Plus, Vegeta would also acknowledge that the power of destruction that he so desperately acquired is ultimately wasted on him. He's not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal, trust me.
He's not an egotist. As we would move on though, everyone kind of takes a chill pill as Grandpa Monato shares stories from the past and how it was a Saiyan who essentially helped them escape death the first time, and as it turns out, he was Goku's dad. Meanwhile, someone else, this other guy, Gas, and we're gonna get into him in a few as well, uses the Dragon Balls to become the new strongest in the universe. Yeah, just like that. I mean, I know this is Dragon Ball, but these guys are cheating the hell out of this system. So Gas gasses himself up, and considering how Vegeta was still in his Ultra Humility state that we're gonna call it from here on out, he gives his final senzu bean to Granola and tells the guy to take care of this mess himself. Cause this technically is all Granola's mess. The two Saiyans are just kinda spectators here as the actual strongest warriors in the universe duke it out. In fact, Gas just kinda goes berserk and he randomly kicks Vegeta and renders him incapable of fighting, at least for the time being. Though Vegeta once again ignores the iconically edgy nickname he came up with and proceeds to lend the last of his power to Goku like, "Here you go, man. You go fight now." That's right. Despite all the edginess, Vegeta has been the real adult of this arc. Maybe it was all a lie to begin with. Wait guys. What if all of this was actually just some big Vegeta self-realization arc? Think about that for a second. And then the next arc, he goes off on some spiritual journey, probably returns in a few years after a time skip with some Super Saiyan mystic beast from you. Toriyama, just hit me up, man. Hit the email up, man. Get me in the boardroom, son. Get me in there. So a lot goes on with the Gas as well, and then Vegeta has an epiphany. He realizes that he's actually been holding himself back because of his past sins, so he manages to transform once again in order to fight so that he can keep himself from overthinking for another day. The grind continues, and although Vegeta ends up having his place as the second fiddle taken away by Granola, things turn out pretty alright. But as soon as you guys thought it was all over, guess who shows up? It's Frieza, and he's back, and he's black.
Nani?
He legitimately crushes Gas to dust, and I'm not even exaggerating here, like go read the chapter again, and then visibly one-shots both Goku and Vegeta. Keep this in mind as well, he does so while the two of them have already been healed by Monato, and they're both transformed into their strongest forms respectively, being True Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, down in one shot. So if I were to give my basic rundown summary of this entire arc in the next 30 seconds, I would say what basically happens is you have this endless back and forth going on between Goku, Vegeta, Granola, and Gas, but then Frieza enters the room. He turns Gas into Johnson & Johnson baby powder, kills Elect 2, introduces himself as Black Frieza to start a storm of memes like we've never seen before, one-shots both Goku and Vegeta for free, does some recruiting, and then leaves. Huh. Yeah, now that I think about it, I guess Vegeta really didn't catch a lot of W's this arc. And if I recall correctly, things unfolded fundamentally differently when Goku had his Ultra transformation. So, just how long until Vegeta finally stops being the second fiddle? Also, we know he just wanted Granola to take his revenge, but what about his own revenge against Frieza? What about surpassing Goku? There's still a lot of questions left unanswered, and we can only hope that in due time, Toyotaro and Toriyama are gonna deliver on everything that the community has been asking about. As the Granola arc finally comes to a close and we patiently await the next arc of the Dragon Ball Super manga, which, if I'm not mistaken, should be returning for chapter, I think it's 88, hopefully in December. So if you guys haven't already, be sure to leave a like down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification button as well to never miss uploads as soon as they go live. Don't forget to follow on both Twitch and Twitter, fellas. But anyways, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.